We are back with a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks, weather nerds, weather enthusiasts, those who just like a lot of detail in their weather forecasts. Here is your video. This is the video where I get to babble on and on about our local weather in the short term and the long term, stuff I just can't get to on TV and even on social media. It's sometimes hard to get across this information effectively. So let's start with today, and actually I want to back up and show you today's high temperatures. Before we get to the future, let's talk about today. It was a beautiful day today, a fantastic spring day, 68 officially at the airport this afternoon. Some backyard temperatures were around 70, 71 this afternoon, and you know, it wasn't swimming pool weather, but hey, what a great spring day. Hardly a cloud in the sky all day long, and we're roughly now, of course, halfway through the month of March, so it's a good time to take stock of where we've been. And where we've been has been pretty cool. Only one warmer than average day so far this month, and that was the first day of the month. Every other day has been at or below average, and we're running about 5 degrees below average through the first half of the month. So it's been a significant pattern change compared to a lot of the last year and a half, when most of our months have been warmer than average. Now, if May ended today, thankfully it isn't, but if it were to end today, it would be the second coolest May on record here in Youngstown, and the 89th wettest. Rainfall has been fairly insignificant in terms of any historical numbers. Roughly over a little over 2 inches, I should say, a little over 2 inches worth of rain at the airport so far this month. Tomorrow, 14 hours, 32 minutes of daylight, sunrise getting close to 6 a.m. now, and notice we're expecting a high of 81 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Warm front is off to our west. Now, this warm front is sparking some showers and some thunderstorms out here across parts of Iowa, where there's a severe thunderstorm watch, parts of Wisconsin, and heading over through Lake Michigan, getting wet this evening. The big question for our region is, where does this stuff go? And it looks like this is mostly going to be a miss to our north, but it bears watching as we go through the night. Here's our high-res futurecast showing that cluster moving across Michigan, moving maybe across Detroit, across Lake Erie, and maybe we get a stray shower as far south as maybe the Turnpike tomorrow morning. Even that's, I think, a pretty low chance. Most, if not all of this, is probably going to stay over the lake and head over towards Erie and Buffalo in Jamestown and not really be much of an issue for us locally. And then it's going to turn out to be a beautiful, beautiful day tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine in abundance, southerly winds, and it's summertime all of a sudden. We're into the lower 80s tomorrow afternoon. Not real humid at all just yet. That'll probably actually change on Wednesday. It's really going to feel like summer Wednesday. This will be our hottest day of the year so far, and our hottest day since September 23rd of last year. With we have a forecast high of 87 on Wednesday. Little uptick in the humidity as well. Also an uptick in the wind. I'll show you those numbers in a second. Our next chance for some wet weather, pretty low chances. There could be some isolated or widely scattered shower and thunderstorm activity on Thursday. Wouldn't bank on that just yet, but that's our next at least chance of some legitimate raindrops. So our warm-up begins tomorrow, 80, 81 on average tomorrow afternoon, and then look at these temperatures soaring on Wednesday. 86, 87 degrees. The record Wednesday at the airport is 90, set in 1962, so we'll be within shouting distance of that. It's also going to turn fairly windy on Wednesday. After a breezy morning, wind gusts in the afternoon Wednesday could average 30 to 35, not wind advisory criteria or anything like that, but it will be a noticeable breeze along with those very, very warm temperatures Wednesday afternoon. Let me switch sources on you here. We'll start talking about the end of the week and the weekend. If you have outdoor plans, there's some model differences here, which makes our forecast a little bit challenging. I'll show you just one model. Let's skip ahead to here's Thursday, and then here's Friday. This is the GFS. Now, the question for our forecast Friday through the weekend, there's going to be a cold front, a weak one, that's going to stall somewhere. And according to the GFS, it's kind of like where I drew this red line on Friday. Now, north of that, it's likely to stay dry. Around the front and south of the front, there's likely to be a scattering of showers and thunderstorms. This is where the GFS puts the front. Other models kind of stall it out down here, maybe up here. And so I had to leave a small chance of a shower and thunderstorm in Friday's forecast. We might be able to take that out if it looks like the front is indeed going to sag farther to the south. Same idea holds true for the weekend. Here's the GFS model Saturday, late afternoon and evening, suggesting that the front is wobbling back north and increasing our chances for wet weather. The European model keeps the front kind of buried to our south and keeps us dry all day Saturday. This far out, hard to tell which model has the right idea, so the idea is, for right now, we'll call it partly sunny and a chance of a shower and a thunderstorm on Saturday. We can't really do much better than that right now, with not knowing where this front is going to ultimately find a home. I do think that it is likely that Sunday will be the wetter half of the weekend. While we do have a small chance of showers and storms on Saturday, at some point Sunday, a low-pressure system is going to cruise through the Great Lakes. A cold front's going to approach and probably increase our chances for showers and storms. Now, is this mostly late Sunday? Does it start earlier in the day? These are things we don't know the answer to just yet. This is only Monday after all, but right now, if I were a betting man, I would say Sunday is likely to be the more active half of the upcoming weekend. All right, a few quick words about the longer range. Enjoy this warmth while we have it. I think the cooler pattern comes back next week. Now, probably not as cool as it has been during the first half of the month. Our averages are rising quickly still here. In late May, our average high gets up to 71, 72 degrees. So a cool day is in the upper 60s in late May. But still, a cool pattern, it looks like, in the 7 to 14 day outlook. And here's the latest European long-range modeling showing the 8 to 11, or the 11 to 18, I should say, day forecast is cool. And still maybe kind of cool as we roll into the month of June. First handful of days of June. Looking kind of cool on the European modeling, and other modeling shows kind of a similar idea. So I think May is going to ultimately go into the record books as a cooler than average month, despite the warmth that we have coming. It's like a 6-day warm spell starting tomorrow, taking us through Sunday, and then it looks like we're back to the cool stuff for next week. So that's it for tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you found it informative and worth your time. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11, and have a great rest of your Monday night.